Hello student, this is your maths teacher and today we are going to discuss a new question which is visible at the board. In the last question we have already discussed about the question which based on the topic circle and I hope everything is clear. Now student, let's start with a new question. The question is an ox in a column is tethered to a rope 3 meter long. How much distance does it cover in 14 rounds? So this is the question. Now let's understand this question with a figure. As we know that in a column the ox will move at a circular path. Therefore, this is the point through which it has been tied with a rope of 3 meters. And he will move in this manner. So we have to find how much distance it will cover when the ox will move 14 rounds. So as we know that the distance covered in one round is equal to the circumference of the circle. Therefore, first of all, we need to find out the circumference of the circular path on which the ox is moving. So, circumference is equal to 2 pi r. And we know that the value of pi is 22 by 7. The value of pi is 22 by 7 or 3.14. This is the value of pi. And as I told you that when the radius is not the multiple of 7, then we will use the value of pi 3.14 in place of 22 by 7. So that we have 2 into 3.14 into 3 and we get 2 3s are 6 into 3.14. Now again multiply 6 4s are 24 and we get carry as 2. 6 1s are 6. 6 and the carry 2 is equal to 8 and 6 3s are 80. Since the decimal is placed after 2 digit from right hand side, therefore in the product decimal will also be placed after 2 digit from right hand side. So in this way we get 18.84 meter, which is the circumference of the circular path on which the ox is moving. So we get the circumference of this circular path as 18.84 meter. Now the question is, how much distance does it cover in 14 rounds? Therefore, we have to find the total distance covered by ox. The distance covered by ox in 14 round In order to find the total distance covered by ox in 14 round, we have to multiply the distance covered by ox on the circular path in one round by 14. Therefore, we get 14 into 18.84. Now multiply 14 to 18.84. So here we multiply 18.84 by 14. So 4 4 the 16, carry 1. 4 8 the 32, 32 and 1 33, carry 1. 4 8 the 32, again 31 and carry 3 is 35, carry 3. 4 1 the 4 and 3 7. Now 1 4 4 8 8 and 1, and the product is 6 7 8 and 5 13, carry 1. 8 7 15 plus 1 16 and 1. Therefore the distance is, we get 163.76 meter. Therefore the distance covered by ox in 14 round is 163.76 meter, which is the required answer. So I hope the solution is clear. Now let's see the solution once again. First of all, let's see what is the question. And the question here, we have an ox in a colo, that is an oil pressing apparatus, is tied by a rope which is 3 meter long. Then the question is, the ox how much distance will cover in 14 round? So this is our question. The ox is tied by a rope which is 3 meter long, and this ox will move on a circular path. So when it moves in one round, we get the circumference of this circular path. Therefore the circumference is equal to 2 pi r, and we know that the value of pi is 22.7 or 3.14. Since the radius, that is the length of rope which represent the radius, and the radius is not a multiple of 7, therefore we use 3.14 in place of 22/7. So we write 2 into 3.14 into 3, and when we get the product, we get 18.84, which represent the circumference of this circular path. Since the question is how much distance will it cover in 14 round, so the distance covered by ox in 14 round, we have to multiply the circumference of the circular path by 14, and after the multiplication the product becomes 163.76, which is the result. Now let's see the next question. The next question is given here. Two circles having the same center have radii 350 meter and 490 meter. What is the difference between their circumference? So I hope the question is clear. Since two circles having the same center, when two or more circles having the same center, then we got the idea that the circle is concentric circle. So let's see how a concentric circle looks like. So this is your concentric circle. So this is your concentric circle having center like this. So here now we can see that two circles having the same center. So this is the concentric circle. Having the radii 350 and 490. The inner circle having the radius 350 meter. And the outer circle having the radius 490 meter. We have to find out the difference between their circumferences. So first of all, we find the circumference of the inner circle. The circumference of inner circle is equal to 2 pi r1. Here we consider the radius of inner circle, which is represented by r1 and is given by 350 centimeter, and the radius of outer circle is represented by r2 and it is given as 490 centimeter. So we write the formula 2 pi r1. Since we know that the value of pi is 22 upon 7 or 3.14. Since the radius is the multiple of 7, therefore we use 22 by 7 at the place of pi. So here we write 2 into 22 by 7 into 350. Now divide 350 by 7, we get 7 1 is 7 and 57 is 350. Therefore we get 2 into 22 into 50. When 50 multiplied by 2, 52 is 100 and into 22. And when 22 multiplied by 100, we get 22 1 is 22 and write to 0. Therefore 2200 centimeter is the circumference of the inner circle. Now let's find the circumference of outer circle. Therefore, and circumference of outer circle is equal to 2 pi r2. Now put the value 2 into 22 upon 7 and into 490, because the radius of outer circle is 490. So now solve. Divide 490 by 7. 7 is 7 and 7 7 is 49. So we get 2 into 70 into 22. Now find the product of 70 and 2. We get 2 7 is 14, that is 140 and 22. Now multiply 140 by 22. Here we find the product 140 into 22. We get 2 into 0 0, 2 4 is 8 and 2 1 is 2. Again 2 0 0, 2 4 is 8 and 2 1 is 2. We get 0, 8 plus 0 8, 8 plus 2 10, carry 1 and 2 plus 1 3. Therefore we get the circumference of outer circle is 3080 centimeter. Therefore the circumference of outer circle is 3080 centimeter. Now the question is that we have to find out the difference between the circumferences of the concentric circle. Therefore difference of circumferences of these two circles is equal to 2 pi r circumference of outer circle minus circumference of inner circle. So the circumference of outer circle is 303,080 minus, and what is the circumference of our inner circle is 2,200. So here we write 2,200. Now we have to find the difference. We write 3080 minus 2200, and the difference is 0 minus 0 0, 8 minus 0 8, 2, since 0 3 will give its value, it become 10, and 10 minus 2 is 8, and 2 minus 2 is 0. Therefore the difference is 880 centimeter. So this 880 centimeter represent the difference between the circumferences of these two circles. So I hope the solution of this question is clear. So student, I hope it is clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask your question in the comment section. I will clear in the next video. So we shall meet in the next video with some new question. Till then, goodbye.